So a wise artist once said, there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents. And I think today I just made a very happy little accident. So yeah, let me show you guys what I did. Alright guys, so basically this is it, food experiments. So right now, next to me, looks like an entire chemistry, just whatever. Saturday is July 4th. Everyone's gonna be barbecuing, making burgers, making hot dogs. I don't have a vegan hot dog recipe. I'm sorry guys, yeah, that's just weird. But I do have a veggie burger recipe. And I think I may have accidentally made a Beyond Burger. So let's get into it. Alright, so here I have some halved and sliced portobellos and some half just white mushrooms. We're going to get these coated in some seasoning and olive oil, and we're gonna roast these until they start to dry out, because if we just grind these up like this with the black beans, it'll get all slimy. It's not a good situation. So we're gonna roast these, which is going to not only dry these out, but it's also going to help us get the flavor into the mushroom. Alright, so first things first, we need to try and imitate that flavor. So to do that, we're going to start with 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 2 teaspoons of sage, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, and a teaspoon or 2 of liquid smoke. Now this depends on how smoky you want it, but I didn't really want that smoky. I only did 1. You're gonna mix that together and you're going to toss that into your mushrooms. So what this is gonna do is, what I'm hoping is the umami flavors kind of build on each other and gives us that sensation that beef gives us, because we're not gonna be able to completely imitate beef. But if we can get a good enough beef flavor, this might just pass. Set those onto a wire rack. You don't want these to sit in their juices. You want them to release some of their juices, not get all soggy. So set them on a wire rack and set these, as well as a pan of a half a cup of beans. I use black beans, but we'll talk about that later, into an oven preheated to 475 degrees for between 15 to 30 minutes. You really just want to dry these out and get a crust on them. Alright, so let's see how this tastes. It has the texture of a mushroom right now, but it does have like hints of beefiness. Basically what happened is, because we cooked our tomato in this soy sauce, it kind of like enhanced that umami flavor that the mushrooms already possess. Alright, so now that we've gotten somewhat of a similar taste, we need to get the texture going. So I'm not going to get the texture in this video, spoiler alert, but in a food processor, you're going to put your mushrooms, your beans, and you're going to grate 1 clove of garlic. Now you want to grate this in because that is going to help with like breaking down the flavor so that it doesn't give us garlic flavor, it gives us umami flavor, which is what we want. A big burst of umami flavor. This is going to give us that nice beefy feel, I guess. Once it gets to a texture that looks somewhat like ground beef, like cooked ground beef, you're gonna patty that up and you're going to season one side with salt and pepper. Now, this is really up to you guys on how you want to like shape it. If you want a thick patty, you can do a thick patty. I did a relatively thin patty, which I'm gonna regret later, but you know, yeah. Anyways, season that with salt and pepper and set that into a pan that has been heated up with oil. I'm not Englishing well right now, but anyways, you're gonna heat up some oil, set that in your pan, and get a crust on the outside. That's really all you're looking for. This is pretty much already cooked. You're just gonna get a crust on the outside. Also, make sure to season the other side. Okay, just make sure to season the other side. Once you have that, it is time to assemble a mock burger. So I'm gonna start with fry sauce, or whatever people call it. We're gonna use some arugula here, top it with some tomatoes, and then crown our jewel with our patty. Now let's see what we got. Oh, wait, before I forget, we need to put the top one on and get a nice cross section. Now we can see what we have. All right, here we go. And you know, okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of actually looks like beef. Holy crap, that's crazy. I will say, instead of black beans, maybe use like a white bean, like cannellini or something. Other than that, though, that's pretty close. This is really close, like super close. I will say, it does break apart. I need to figure out a binder for this. So why did I make this video? Well, I was actually going to be making a veggie patty recipe for like the 4th of July and a normal burger, which will be Friday's video. Yeah, I pretty much decided to do this video as its own thing. This is probably going to be like an ongoing series because that is not the final form of the homemade Impossible burger. I'm going to figure out another name for that too. We're going to have our own name for this thing. I have a couple of ideas that'll give me a better texture, but we'll see. We will see. You know, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the episodes of this series. I need to figure out a name for it. Leave a comment down below if you have any advice or suggestions for this burger. But yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next video, which will be the complete opposite of this video. Vegan friends, I'm sorry in advance.